I'm David Naylor, I'm one of the co-founders along with Chris Pointon, and between us we run the company. I tend to focus more on business development, investor relations, some of our strategic deals, and also legal and IP. Our aim is to build the world's leading global social fitness platform, connecting people all over the planet in the exercise that they love. We've started with running because I was going to say Chris and I are both runners. Chris is a runner and I pretend to be a runner, but anyway. But we're moving into other mass participation sports very shortly, so we'll be doing walking and cycling next, and then who knows what else, possibly rowing, swimming, we'll see. And as sensors get more pervasive and sophisticated, we can move into sports that are about quality of movement as well. Anything from martial arts through to dance. It doesn't have to be about route-based activity.
Probably our biggest success since funding with SyndicateRoom is launching the product. It takes a lot to get all of the pieces put together, and we were absolutely thrilled to get the product out into the market in July 2016. Since then, we've really been investing heavily in building out the product. You have to have a lot of features to compete. Our competition are quite mature. They have a lot of things that they enable people to do, and we need to match some of those. So we've invested a lot in the product development. That's probably the vast majority of our expenditure so far, and really we've done enough marketing to bring people onto the app and get a community going, so we can understand whether the features we're doing are resonating with them, but it's not been a massive marketing push thus far. One of the key things we released later in 2016 was the feature called Tribes. Tribes are absolutely core to how we're building the product forward now. They enable people to connect together through all sorts of shared interests, common causes, maybe a workplace or a goal. And we launched that at the end of last year, and we've been building upon that basis of grouping people together, giving them more interesting things to do, interesting measurements so you can understand how your tribe is performing, and you can set challenges at that level, not just individually.
And this is a big feature for us because it's also way out in front in terms of what the other players are doing, and it plays perfectly towards our corporate partnering offering. We're looking to move into, and we're having some really interesting discussions now with large race event organisers, with large corporates and with charities around how we can enable their staff, personnel, user base to engage through exercise and participate in team-based activities, and that's a really exciting development.
We've got some fantastic new advisors on board, which is tremendously exciting. First of all, we've got Laurie Benson. She is on the board of the Charities Commission. She was the publisher of Time in the UK, and also at Bloomberg. She's an extremely seasoned entrepreneur.
I now consult with media companies as they expand around the world, and including young tech companies, and I've seen some really great things. I've worked for Business Insider, I've done some work for Blipper, and I hadn't seen anything that has excited me as much since I saw Racefully. So I was very keen, and in fact approached them and said I would really like to join.
In addition to Laurie, we have Matt Richardson. Matt Richardson comes to us. He's a serial entrepreneur. He's had several exits. He used to be on the team that put together the Vitality offering at the Prudential Insurance Company, and he is being instrumental in our go-to-market strategy on the B2B side and corporate wellness. He's extremely well versed in how to put a product offering together, and we're again delighted to have such a strong player batting for us. It's fantastic. We've had investors give us advice and help from all sorts of angles. We've got some that are very skilled at looking at the financials of the company and understanding how we can best put a case together for what we're doing on the financial sense. Some of them make introductions to networks. We've had hires that we've made through those connections, and as I say, some of them have rolled their sleeves up and got involved with promotions, turned up at events, all sorts of things.
So I guess I would describe myself as a power user of Racefully. I really like the app. It's part of my sort of everyday running life. And the more we build, the more excited I get about it. I genuinely can see this being like the go-to running app for people in the future. Not maybe for the sort of the professional runners that use things like Strava and maybe the more technical apps, but there's a whole world of social exercise out there that I'm just itching to get Racefully in front of, because I really think that once they see this app and how they can use it, I think yeah, mass adoption hopefully.
As any startup would be, we're very focused on making the best company we can and dealing with the here and now. So it's a little bit difficult to gaze into the crystal ball. We're certainly mindful that other companies in our space, the ones that have been acquired by Adidas and Under Armour, have had very lucrative exits. And there's no doubt that if you build a solid offering and you have a lot of people participating in a platform like ours, there's an immense value in that, and people will see the value in that. But to get to that valuation, it's not a straight shot. You've got to build a company, you've got to build a culture, you've got to get people on board. You have to have partnerships. A lot of these big deals quite often start as a partnership and then grow forward from that. So we are actively talking to wearable manufacturers and to gym chains and to fitness machine companies, all of whom have a possibility to be part of a later future as we grow out and could potentially be exit at that point.